Hi, welcome to this week's My Thoughts vlog. It's Friday the 8th of August 2025. This week was an important week. It saw the 80th anniversary of the bombing of Hiroshima. An important moment in time, I'm sure you'd agree. I watched an interesting documentary about the subject. Um, it made me think, what was the justification for bombing Hiroshima with a nuclear weapon? Now, Truman said at the time, he went on TV and said it, that he wanted to stop the usefulness of Hiroshima. What he meant by that was there was an army HQ in Hiroshima and he wanted that gone. Fair dues, army HQ in war, legitimate target. Yeah, so why did he think it was acceptable to not use conventional bombs, targeted bombs, and why did he think that dropping a nuclear weapon was the answer? It killed a quarter of the population instantly, and many thousands more died after the event due to radiation sicknesses, and continue to be affected to this day in the same way that our nuclear vets are. You know, it made children targets, it made the elderly targets, it made innocent civilians targets, and that is just never ever right. Um, you can't justify it. If it happened today, if Putin did it, you know, dropped a bomb in a city and wiped, nuke weapon and wiped out a quarter of the population, we'd call him a monster. We'd say it's an act of absolute savagery. Yet the Allies did it, Truman did it, and you can argue that Winston Churchill sanctioned the firestorming of Dresden. That killed innocents. So, before we claim the moral high ground, we need to look back, don't we? And, you know, another thing. So, everyone saw the effects of the bombing of Hiroshima and saw the radiation sickness that occurred afterwards. Yes, the Americans kept a lid on it because they occupied the place for quite a long time and suppressed a lot of the information coming out. But certainly there was enough information. Well, basically they knew what happened when the bomb was dropped. It destroyed the place and killed a lot of people and made a lot of people very sick. So why did any nation then think that we need to test these weapons? Why did Britain think we need to test these weapons and put men in harm's way to see what the effects of a nuclear explosion are? We saw one, Hiroshima, and then we saw another one, Nagasaki. We knew the answers to those questions. So it doesn't sit well with me. It doesn't sit well at all. And I think the effects of the British test, pointless. Pointless to harm like my dad and create all this sickness and health issues. It's just angers me. And then to rub salt into the wound, you can't get the truth about what actually happened. I mean, I don't know if you remember a couple of weeks back, I said that the MOD had changed their position on my dad's medical records and that I should reapply and follow these new rules. I did. I supplied all the documents they asked for, apart from one. Now, this one document is one that not many people will have, and certainly we don't have. Mum doesn't have one either. We don't need this document, never have done. It was never issued to us. So they're basically saying you can't have dad's medical records without this. Now, there are other ways of proving what this document proves, that mum is the executor of dad's will. That's not an issue. So why do they need this document? It's pathetic, and it just feels like it's another barrier to stop us getting the medical records. It's getting ridiculous. I mean, what next? Do they want the moon on a stick? Who knows? But it just feels like they're doing whatever they can to stop us getting the records. And if we come up with this document, they'll say, "Oh, now you need this," because that's what it feels like, and that hurts. That's really, really unpleasant. Because all I want to know is how much my dad was exposed to radiation and what I can expect health-wise from myself, from my son, and my nephews and my that's I'm not asking for wicked stuff, am I? I'm just asking to help safeguard the health of my family. But the government doesn't seem to see that. They don't want me to do that. And that hurts. This is our government supposed to look after our citizens, and they're actively standing in the way of me looking after my own family. That's that's not right, is it? It's a bit immoral. Yeah. But if they think that asking for this document is going to stop me, they're very much mistaken. So the battle continues, but I'll keep you posted on that one. So I think that kind of wraps it up, but I will end on a good note. This week I also saw my new house, and it's fabulous. It's all been adapted for me. It is just in the process of having a few snags done, and then we actually now have a moving date. So a couple of weeks, it'll be a different backdrop from here. So until next week, stay safe and enjoy the night sunshine. See you later.